We are going to practice spelling words with our Unit 1 letters. Let's go through the letter names first. We have the letter S, the letter M, the letter C, say them along with me, the letter T, the letter G, the letter P, the letter A, and the letter O. Now I want you to go and get a whiteboard and a whiteboard marker or a pencil and a piece of paper, and we're going to practice writing the right letter that matches the phoneme that I say. So let's start with the phoneme S. Do you know which one makes the phoneme S? The letter S. Let's practice writing it. Well done. Next, which letter says the phoneme M? Did you get the letter M? Let's write it together. M. Say it as we write it to help you remember. Which phoneme says O? Have a good look. Which one says O? Did you choose O? Let's write it together and say it at the same time. O. Well done. Which letter says the phoneme A? Did you choose A? Let's write it together. A. Say it as you write it. A. Which letter says the phoneme K? Did you choose C? Let's write it together. K. Don't forget to say the sound as you write it. Okay, next. Listen really carefully for this one. Which letter says the phoneme P? Did you choose P? Let's practice writing it now, and I want to hear you say P as we write it. P. Which letter says the phoneme G? Did you choose G? Let's say the phoneme and write the letter at the same time. G. And the last one, the phoneme T. Did you choose the letter T? Let's write it together. Sound it out as, say the sound as you write it. T. Excellent. We're going to write some words now. The first word is cat. Let's say the phonemes that you can hear in the word cat. Sound them with me. K, A, T. There were 3, weren't there? Let's sound it again. K, A, T. Now what we're going to do is represent each of those phonemes with the right letter. So K was the C. A and t. Make sure you're writing along on your whiteboard with me. Our next word is cot, and there's a picture of a cot that a baby sleeps in. Let's stretch out the word and the sounds, the phonemes in cot to help us spell it. O, t. Okay, get your pen ready. Let's say the sounds again and count the phonemes. K, O, t. There were 3, weren't there? Now let's represent each of these phonemes with the letter that makes the sound. Here we go. K, O, t. Well done. Okay, now we have a picture of a mat. Let's stretch out the word mat and hear the phonemes. A, t. Let's count the phonemes. A, t. There's 3, isn't there? Let's represent each phoneme now with the letter. A, t. Mat. Next, we have a map. I definitely need a map to help me get around. Let's stretch out the sounds in map. A, p. Let's count the phonemes together. A, p. There's 3. Now let's represent each of these phonemes with the right letter. Say and sound it as you write it. A, p. Map. Great work. Next we have a mop. I mop my floor. Gets very dirty. I have some children in my house and they make it very dirty. Let's sound out the word mop. Okay, here we go. Op. There it is. Mop. Let's count the phonemes together. O. Did you get 3? Now we're going to represent each phoneme with the correct letter. O, p. Mop. Well done. Next we have a little tag. Sometimes you might hang a tag off your bag. Let's spell tag. Let's stretch out the sounds first. Tag. Can you count those phonemes with me? Ag. Did you get 3? Now let's represent each phoneme with the right letter. T. Write it with me. Say the sound as you write it. A. G. Do you notice that I'm just doing one letter or the letter that makes the phoneme for each spot? I'm not adding in any extra letters. Okay, just a letter per phoneme. Next, we've got tap. Let's stretch it out. Tap. Count the phonemes with me. T-a-p. Now let's represent each phoneme with the correct letter. T-a-p. Great work. Next, we have a picture of a little girl, and she sat on her bottom. The word is sat. Stretch it out with me to hear the sounds. Sat. Let's count those phonemes. S-at. Did you count 3? Now let's represent each phoneme with a letter. S-at. Excellent. Okay, next we can see these 2 legs and there is a gap between them. We're going to spell the word gap. Stretch it out with me. G-ap. Let's count those phonemes. G-ap. Let's write a letter to represent each phoneme. G-ap. Excellent. And our last word is pat. I will pat the dog. Let's stretch out pat. At. Let's count the phonemes together. P-at. And now let's represent each phoneme with the correct letter. P. A. T. Well done. Now we're going to write a sentence using these letters. Oh, you can see my man here. He's gone for a walk to the top of the hill. And the sentence is, I was at the top. And you can see we have some camera words here. We've got I. We've got was. And we've got the. Let's read those again. I was the. Let's try and write that sentence. I was at the top. Now our camera words are the ones that we just need to remember with a picture in our head because they are a bit tricky. So I know I looks like that. I can look over here to check. I was at the top. Here's was. Was. At. My next word is at. Let's sound it out. At. At. Did you get that? I was at the top. That's one of our camera words. The. Now I've run out of room, so I'm going to go down the bottom. I was at the top. We can sound out top. T. Oh. P. And I need to do a full stop at the end of my sentence. And there we go. Let's read it. I was at the top. Well done. And one more. We have a little girl here. And she looks like she's patting a cat. And that's what she's doing. And the sentence is, she got to pat the cat. She's lucky, isn't she? She got to pat the cat. So let's write the sentence, she got to pat the cat. The first word is she. And here it is. The camera word she, and I start with a capital letter. She got. We can sound got out using the letters and the sounds that we know. Here we go. G. O. T. Which letter makes a T sound? That's right. T. She got to, and to is one of our camera words. So we write that down. To pat. We can sound out pat. P. P. A. She got to pat the cat. Here's the, let's write it down. It's one of our camera words. And our final word is cat. Try sounding the word cat and spelling it. K-at. Let's represent each of those sounds with a letter. K-a-t. And a full stop at the end to show that we finished our sentence. Let's read it together. She got to pat the cat. Great spelling today.